we get to all that, let's recap some things that happened yesterday in sports. And we'll begin with the possibility of sports betting coming to the arena for the Oklahoma City Thunder. There is a bill that's currently underway that could potentially get passed. It's called Senate Bill 585, where they need 25 votes to pass. And then there's a possibility that a motion could end up getting closer and closer to legalizing sports betting in Oklahoma City. And so the commission would authorize a use to one license to a professional sports team. It would only be the Thunder and the NBA, so they would be able to do a contract with a tribal-approved mobile sports book. We don't know who that would be as of yet. The state could make $20 million in annual tax revenue from the amended proposal, which would tax online sports betting at a rate of just 10%. Seems like a win-win for both sides. We'll keep you updated with our friends at Legal Sports Report as to whether or not this happens. Meanwhile, on the side of BetMGM in Canada, they're being penalized for violating the internet gaming rules in Ontario. The Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario, the AGCO, has issued a BetMGM Canada an order for monetary penalty of $110,000 for violating the commission's standards of internet gaming and regarding advertising for marketing in 2024. In fact, according to the AGCO, BetMGM representatives offered $100 in cash to new players who opened up an account and deposited $15 at the National Franchise Show in January. And 2 months later, BetMGM, they self-reported the inducement in the marketing through an affiliate above the street. Improper results signed up 377 new clients. They've self-reported. We'll see what the penalty ends up being. Meanwhile, LeBron James, a big night last night, a buzzer beater, 120-119, as the Lakers end up beating the Indiana Pacers. It was right off a Luka Doncic miss. LeBron ends up giving the game winner. No question, a huge win for the Lakers down the stretch here. J.J. Redick and LeBron talked about the final shot.
Well, I think certainly there was a level of frustration from starting whatever it was, 0 for 6 or whatever it was. We missed them early on some early offense seals against smaller players. I think we missed them 3 times in the first half. And sometimes when you're not in the offensive flow, just getting the ball at the rim, scoring a layup, getting to the free throw line, that can really get you going. So we kind of missed out on some opportunities to get him going earlier, but never have questioned that guy's commitment to winning.
You always talk about the main thing, and you're going to do whatever it takes in the course of a game to win. Is there some kind of poetic justice in a rebound, a putback? When you weren't scoring early, but you were on the glass, you're playing defense, and that being the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever it takes to help your teammates win, and for me, I can always do other things that still impact the game, even when I'm not scoring. That's the beauty of my game. I've always built that throughout my whole life. as far as being, three-dimensional, being able to get my guys involved, being able to rebound, defend, and then sprinkling a few points from here to there.
Boston Celtics end up winning without Jason Tatum yesterday. Kristaps Porzingis had 30 points. It was a 28-point win over the Suns for their 7th straight victory. The Celtics made 10 threes in the first quarter. They also shot 22 of 52 from three-point range. And the Celtics end up winning by playing great defense against the Phoenix Suns in this game. Essentially, Joe Mazzulla talked about not having Tatum in this one and the rest of the squad picking it up on the opposite end.
I just liked our defensive approach. I thought the guys were able to take it to another level. I thought it was a shootout in the beginning of the game, and they had some cross-match breakdowns. They had a few offensive rebounds, and then I thought we just really dialed it in. And I thought our shift activity was really good. They're one of the best core three-point shooter teams in the league. We were able to take that away and kind of just keep everybody in front, keep it 5-on-5. So I thought the guys did a great job there.
Coach clearly got away from you guys as far as the three. You knew coming in that they shot it from there and they shot volume of attempts. How did they get so loose and why did they get so loose from there today?
Yeah, we double teamed the ball some. Probably were not sharp enough in our rotations. They moved it. They were aggressive. I thought, even just off of offensive rebounds, which we know they do, in transition. Horford, the 2 makes he made, I feel like we're both in transition, just, getting back. And, I think they just got such a willingness to let it fly. But certainly we put 2 on the ball early, and they made us pay. And so, we got to be better.
Clippers beat the Knicks 126-113. James Harden had 29 points. He also had 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Kawhi Leonard had 27 points as well. All right, college basketball's backup tournament, as we call it, NIT. UC Irvine beats UAB by a final of 81-77. A final in this one as the Anteaters win in overtime. And another final yesterday, Loyola Chicago has advanced to the semis as well. They beat Kent State, final score 72-62. In Major League Baseball, folks, it's here. Opening day begins later today. So if you're ready to watch all the games, 3-4 o'clock Eastern, probably the time to start for most of these games, and I'll be at one of them, Miami-Pittsburgh. Of course, Yankees are at home today. Some fun games this evening as well. Opening day, one of the great days of the year, and we'll have it for you here, of course, covered for you here at SportsGrid. Meanwhile, yesterday, the Red Sox confirmed Rafael Devers is going to be the DH for them this season. We thought this all along. Alex Bregman would play third base. Mickey Moniak let go by Philly, picked up by the Rockies. He signs a one-year deal with them. And Jason Foley, who was the closer for the Tigers last year, had a really tough time in the spring. They actually sent him down to the minor leagues. We would expect lineups for this afternoon's games in Major League Baseball to come out probably within the next hour or two, so stay tuned for that. All right, Russell Wilson says that he expects to be the starting quarterback. How about this? Of the New York Giants. Giants signed him. They signed Jameis Winston. They're expected to draft a quarterback too. The Minnesota Vikings GM, very interestingly enough, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, said that he's not ruling out the possibility of Aaron Rodgers signing with them, but J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback going into the season. And also the NFL Competition Committee is trying to pitch making the dynamic kickoff permanent. The NFL projects that the kickoff return rate will rise between 60 and 70% if owners approve a rule change that will place touchbacks at the 35-yard line. It was 32.8% last season. All right, so that's the latest in baseball and basketball. And then again tonight, we got some great matchups and showdowns, one of which is, boy, a great SportsGrid showdown here because my Gators and Greg Sussman's Maryland Terrapins are going to face off. And hopefully I'll be able to watch some of this game because I'm going to be a baseball game at the time. Gators are 6.5-point favorites as they take on Maryland tonight. And the total is 156.5. We're going to preview that game coming up next with Michael DeCourcy of Sporting News. So